Hey, my fellow metalworkers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story, episode 85, Chutes and Hoppers. So, what I am going to do right at the start of this stream is try to mechanize the pulverizer and then set it up with these chutes so that I can start processing the quartz and bauxite. So in order to mechanize the pulverizer, I need to run an angled gear and some straight gears to get this hooked up. Also, while I work on that, I would like to process some of this copper because I'll be in the area. So let me update the priority here. Mechanize the pulverizer and create hoppers ×2 and an elbow chute. The other thing I would like to do is make, once all the ingot molds are empty, which actually I could just empty them out now, I would like to then do an entire new run of 1,000 copper, and the rest of the ingots that are not used for the last hopper can subsequently become lanterns, because there are dark spots within this base, and additional copper lanterns would help to prevent drifters from spawning. So the way the pulverizer works, because I built it right at the end of last stream, is you put your stuff here that you want to crush, and once it's mechanized, these two pillars with the pulverizer caps just like go pound, 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 and it crushes, and then it falls down here. And the reason you really need a hopper and chute is if you want to feed the, I think it's 228 or something like that, bauxite and quartz into here, it will take you a lifetime. Not literally, but it will take you kind of a ridiculous amount of time to hand feed it. It's really not something you want to do. So like crushing the occasional clothing dye might be fine, but crushing anything more than that is kind of ridiculous. All right. So for the first two ingots that I've heated up, I'm going to be building chute sections. And then from there on, it will be working towards the plates for the hoppers. So I need 2 chute sections for the elbow. And then the hoppers are just 3 plates a piece. So hoppers are expensive. You know, they're almost the same cost as a iron, well, not really as an iron door, but they're expensive. You know, 3 plates a piece is not cheap. However, copper is common. I was not exactly lucky. Last stream, a lot of the surface copper that I hit was like low quality garbage, but you know, that's sometimes how it goes. And yeah, I'm standing on my anvil. I know, it's ridiculous. It's just, I like to really get up into the work, you know? It's part of my creative process. So there's different types of chutes that you can make with chute sections. So this here would just be like a straight section. But if we go into the blocks here, chute sections can be used for elbows, straight, cross, T, 3-way, Archimedes screw, or Archimedes screw with port. I've never really used the Archimedes screw with port. I'm not really sure what it would be for. Like maybe as a grain feeder? I have no idea. I could only speculate. But that's not what I'm after. So let's continue with the 2 chute sections. And then, while I'm hammering that one out, let's get ready to make a copper plate. I should just hold the coal on me and the copper on me. There's not really a point to putting it in here, I suppose. There we go. Back to hammering. There's probably like a best practice pattern that could be followed to do it in like the minimum hammer strikes and like a Rubik's Cube, and it's like, whatever. I am sure that one was a little bit more efficient and thought out than the last one I made, though. There we go. We have our 2 chute sections, and then I configure it like this for an elbow chute. And that's not actually where the elbow chute's going to go. I think I need the hopper built so that the elbow is correct, but whatever. I can put it there for now. Next is the copper plates. And for that, we need... Well, we don't need. I could do it manually, but why do things manually when you have a hammer to do it for you? I don't even really make my own hammer anymore. I don't put the hammer away. I could make a wrench to orient it, but it would be making an extra tool that I'm going to use once. Alright, so I did mention to want to run some more copper. I think we need, what, 40? No, I am really bad at math. Oop, okay, that's 1,000 units. And only 1,000 because, like, that's the amount of molds that I have. So, how close is that to being a plate? It's a plate already. Perfect. And those are heating up. I'm just running to get some peat because I don't want to waste coal. At some point, we're going to have to do a sizable run of charcoal. Because the carbonization process for making iron into steel requires a pretty sizable amount of coal. Plus, not only that, but I'm going to need to make iron bars before I can make steel bars. Because essentially what you do is you take iron bars and charcoal and stick them in this coffin and heat it for a very long time, and it will turn into it will eventually turn into steel, blister steel, and then you have to work the blister steel much the way that you work the iron blooms. Same exact mechanic, more or less. Ooh, I ate my everything. So this is preheating up to 800. I'm just trying to multitask as much as possible to save myself time. Because we're in a blitz. That's plate number 2 of 3 required for the hopper. I also may want to, and it's worth noting that the coke doors are not actually required for the furnace. They're just aesthetically pleasing, and I like them, but they're not, as I say, they're not actually required. Getting another coke door at some point, which will be like 2 iron plates. I don't know why I fed it like this. I should just put them all there. Okay, so now we're doing another run of copper. I've been pretty lucky with the amount of mechanical power that is being fed to the base. Even the quarn's hooked up right now, and the health hammer is doing just fine. So I think we have a high wind, kind of a snowstorm type situation going on. All right, let's put the rest of this peat away. You know, there's really not a functional reason to even keep these doors closed. I don't have intruders or anything like that. Rooster's still here. Sheep are still pregnant. Well, 2/3 of them are. The male got pregnant. I would be real confused. And here is plate number 3. So with these 3 plates, with our powers combined, we form Captain Hopper. And here's a hopper. So a hopper is just a place to put a bunch of contents, 4 stacks of contents, and then it feeds it into a chute. So between the hopper and the chute, it will feed it to the pulverizer. And then I just need another hopper down here to catch it. You can have hoppers lead to chests and things like that, but I'm doing a bare minimum setup. I don't care about making it fancy. I just need it to process, you know, bauxite and quartz. The rest of it doesn't matter to me. And I got a fair bit of bauxite and quartz. I'm not even sure this is all my quartz. I might have more quartz in the basement. I forget. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Pretty straightforward. Hoppers are expensive, but you can do hoppered quarns as well, I suppose. Although quarns have an internal storage, which makes it less needed. Oh, one other thing I did between the end of last stream and the start of this one is I used creative mode. It's the only thing I did. But I used creative mode to destroy that derelict trader caravan that got nuked when I re-rendered the game terrain. So I don't have the like weird remnants of a trader that got, you know, removed from the game, I guess. While I wait for the run of copper to be done, I will tend to this lovely late or midwinter farm that is not producing anything really anymore. Nothing's really growing, but I don't lose seeds by the plants dying due to cold, so I don't really care about that at all. And at some point, probably when a lot of the steel process is done, we can remove all of the medium fertility soil and make as much terra preta as I am able with the compost that we have, and try to get as much terra preta ready so that once it's warmer enough, you know, in springtime, we can get back to growing again. Could we have a pulverizer on the side combined with the hammer gears? Yeah, we could. I could move the pulverizer to pick up from this angled gear. That would probably make it the cheapest. Yeah, that's actually really not a bad idea. Not that I normally I go for backseating, but I like that. That would, because I only have 3 animal fat in storage, and 3 animal fat is just not a lot of animal fat to get a gear set up. So how about we do that? Just as a cost-saving measure. And I think because I'm doing... Oh, I need my tongs. I think as we are doing a run of more copper, I'm going to take this one plate that I have here and turn it into a lantern. So this will be ready any second now. So I shouldn't venture too far away. So one of the not illuminated enough spots at the base was here. There were some spots around here that was too dark and would allow for drifter spawns. Alright, there we go. Crucible. So 6 of these ingot molds will go into the second hopper for the 3 plates. And then the other 4 ingot molds can become 2 more lanterns. And I think between 2 more. I think with 2 more lanterns, I can fully illuminate the internals of our base and stop drifters from spawning unless there's a temporal storm. Probably. Don't quote me, but probably. All right, let's try to move this so that we can mechanize it up better while the things cool. Are my pulverizer? Okay, my powder caps are no longer going to melt my face. Good, because that was not the case when we originally constructed them. The powder caps themselves were like molten hot. All right. So if I put it here, yeah. Let's try this. I might have to do some tinkering, but I'll try it here first. So putting the pulverizer, that's the wrong way. I guess we could hopper it down there, but I want to put it the other way. This. Okay. I might need to move it forward, well, or backward one. Let's try backward one. Again, a lot of trial and error, but that's what I'm about. Oh, I need to make sure not to stepping on these ouchie ingots. I wonder if so the only disadvantage to this is, and I'll probably need to move it, but the only disadvantage is I can't clutch in between. So this might be one of those, like, I temporarily set it up this way, but then eventually have to change the position of it. So I think what's probably going to be best is if we put just one axle between it so that I can, with some janky setup, I can prevent mechanical power from being sent in case I just want to use my health hammer only. Where did my... Oh, I prospected picked those? Oh, that was stupid. I went to do a normal pick. Good. I'm so very glad that I prospect picked my my own cobblestone. Very helpful. So actually maybe here would be the best spot. Just thinking out loud. Because then I can get to... I can axle it and then I can get to the back side of it. Easy. And it doesn't really fill the room like the last time it did. These are still piping hot. And I wanted maybe 2 more cobblestone, and then I do have 1 axle in here that I can use. So, hypothetically, just an angled gear and we're good to go. Maybe? We'll see. So, angled gear. That's going to be grab the saw, grab the chisel, grab the hammer, and then fat wood and... well, I don't know if there's any use left on this this saw. I suppose we'll find out. I don't think this will work. Again, trial and error, as I said. And let's grab that soil. But if it does, it's the cheapest setup. And if it doesn't, we'll move it. And I need 1 raw wood, which I don't believe I have anywhere. So we're going to have to cut down a tree. There was a YouTube comment. So there's 2 YouTube comments that, now that I'm just like wandering around in the dark, I can probably address. One is that there are hot springs in the game, and hot springs do damage mobs. So it is possible to build a mob grinder, provided that you have a hot spring available to you. It used to be, patches ago, that you could bucket hot water and transport it so that you could set up mob grinders wherever you want, but that's no longer a feature. So if you want a mob grinder, you need to find a hot spring, and I've never found one on this world. So yeah, and it's only going to be useful if you live near it, because it's not going to be of use to you if it's really far away from your base. The other one is that snow blocks traps, or at least that's what I've been told. I have not yet confirmed that, but if that's the case, we can sort of do an anecdotal test a little bit. So I'm going to do a tiny little anecdotal test here. And Crimson Rust, thank you for the bits. Where I am just going to block the snow from accumulating in front of this trap, so that the bunny down here can get in there. But if we decide at some point to continue to try to add to our chicken coop, I will probably need to move the rooster because it's in with the sheep right now. And it also depends on whether or not we want eggs or chicks, because chickens are very panicky and they won't fertilize and lay eggs if they're too close to the base. So we would need to build like an outbuilding with a chicken coop that I don't move near often if we did actually want to domesticate them. But if I just want eggs, that's a little bit easier, because I can just stick a bunch of hens with egg boxes, and they'll make eggs without, and it doesn't matter if I'm running around them or not. I'm gonna try with the mostly broken saw, but I don't have a feeling it will work. Oh, it did. There was enough HP. I was wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Alright, I don't think this will work. No. So, for us to angle gear off of that, it might... The easiest run might be up here then. And just drop the pulverizer somewhere around there. Because I'm not going to be able to take... Unless I add another wheel, I'm not going to be able to hook this up. So trying to connect... There we go. Trying to connect the pulverizer to that there. So drop that power down. So if what I'm going to do is put temporary blocks down, just so that I can put the axles down. Make sure I'm not using my prospecting pick like I did before. So an angle gear there, and this is pretty much where I'd want the pulverizer. Because I don't necessarily need multiple, and if I do want another health hammer, but even one health hammer has been doing a lot of work for us, so I don't think it's necessarily important to get like 2 or 3 or whatever. I mean, nice to have, but not need to have. And yes, I can violate the laws of physics. Maybe we put it here. That way it's a bit out of the way. I actually like that spot more than anywhere else that I've put, just because it's not going to be so intrusive. So just an angled gear, one more angled gear ought to get us what we need here. And it's not going to be, like filling up the room the way some of the other setups were. Bobby, thank you for the reset. I feel like my meals are not filling me up very much. They're rated for a lot of satiety, but I'm like constantly hungry. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna need that still, because I need to make one more angled gear for this whole setup, so there we go. But yeah, you could kind of see, or 2 more angled gears actually. You can kind of see how it'll be laid out. Fortunately, that's exactly how much fat I have left. I mean, I wish I had more, but... And now I'm starting to heat up the other ingots so that I can make the other hopper, because we're going to want two total. Do they oxidize over time? Not that I know of, no. Copper stays the same color. Your building materials never age. So, like, in-game, you can find... how to put it? Words. You can find, like, cracked bricks and things, but your self-placed cobblestone won't like end up cracked. You know, nothing that you build ages, but the world has been aged. If that's confusing, I'm sorry, but like, yeah, that would be the long and short of it. So you have a lot of players that will they will collect cracked cobblestone so that things can look sort of organically aged, because it's not a material that you can make yourself. Okay, we need 2 more raw pieces of wood, and then we'll have everything we need to get the pulverizer pulverizing. I suppose while I'm out here, it also makes sense to swing by the trap, because if that little bunny is in the trap already, a pretty good indicator that, yeah, YouTube comments were right. Snow blocks traps, and I'll probably need to, if I want to trap more critters, bring out glass blocks to block snow but not light. Because the thing is, if you block the light, the animals in a pit will die. And it hasn't gotten in there yet. But it could. It's not being blocked. But it's also not been very long. So, not a fair test yet, because the rooster was in there for like days on end, and that bunny's been in there for like an hour. I gotta say, the terrain is different enough that Like, I'm not getting the normal deja vu that I normally would traversing. Well, that's a weird tree branch system, like growing out of a mountain. Oh, hello, bunny. I'm sorry, but see, I happen to need fat, and it's possible you got some of that. Oh my god, stuff. There's so much stuff in the way I can't even get to the bunny. Nope. Well, you'll become fertilizer then. Oh, well, we must have rifts. Oh, no, this is a cave system. Just drifters drifting upwards. It's kind of funny that, like, I know it's nighttime, but, like, I can't find a tree. Oh, here we maybe go. Is there a tree in there? I see it. I see it. At least one log. What I should be doing, and I haven't been, is shearing these things so that I get a lot more tree seeds so I can plant trees back. Because I haven't really been doing that. And eventually, if I continue to be a reckless deforester, it's gonna bite me in the bum, because I'm gonna need wood and have to travel further and further and further for it. Is there really not a tree in this? Right, there really isn't. Fat is indeed hard to find on animals in the winter. That is true. Alright, here we go. It's one of the reasons why, I would say, oh, we do have an oak here. I would say, like, quote-unquote meta would be probably hogs or pigs, because they spread like crazy. If you start breeding pigs, you end up with a lot of piglets, and it, as a result, becomes that's a lake. Becomes pretty easy to just, provided that you feed them fodder. The fodder is not free, of course, but provided that you feed them, you can get a lot of fat off of them for less effort. Have a weird looking base. Let's grab that plate before it despawns, because I've been away a while. I think by default it's 10 minutes. Grab 2 more pieces of resin, and then we'll have the pulverizer going. I wish my storage cellar didn't have, like, creepy music every time I go down there. It's unnecessary for it to be so scary. As soon as I'm done with this part of the project, I probably ought to get cooking as well, because I am fast running out of satiety. Alright, I think the saw is too badly gone. Yep. So, tin bronze saw, you are getting thrown out. For the record, Vintage Story does have a, like, frequently requested feature page on its website. And the reason I mention that is, tool repairs and like manufacturing your own sticks, like those things are so frequently requested that they're covered on their like stop bugging us about this feature part of their website. There we go. It is mechanized. So we could start feeding the hopper, and I'm just going to demo a single bauxite, or maybe two, because it kind of does two at a time. So we can stick bauxite up here. It gets fed into the elbow chute. As you can see, the bauxite's down there, and then when it's done, it just gets processed and thrown on the ground. You don't want it thrown on the ground necessarily, because if I threw everything on the ground and walked away for more than 10 minutes, it's gone. But if it ends up in a hopper, it's not gone. So, hopper good. Use hopper. Which is why I'm going to the effort and making all these lovely copper ingots so that we can hopper them. And that way I can queue up 4 stacks of things to be processed and not have to babysit it. I can walk away from it and not lose it. So plate 1, plate 2, and plate 3 is coming out now. So the rest of these are just going to be... Oops, I didn't mean to hit that twice. Ouch. The rest of these ingots are going to be for lanterns. So I have 1 candle left, but I do have more beeswax, so I'll just get some more beeswax for the last candle that we need. My green. All right, let's make a porridge. I'm not going to think about it much. I'm just going to stick a bunch of spelt in there. I'm not really going anywhere that like I need to min-max my food. This is hot enough. Grain is not proper feed for rabbits. True. I'm not trying to catch rabbits. I mean, I know that there's a rabbit in there, but I'm trying to catch chickens. Okay, we have our copper plates for the final hopper. So you can have the hopper lead to like a chest or something. So like if I wanted to dig out the soil beneath this and have a chest or another chute or whatever. So now the current priority is to crush bauxite and quartz and make charcoal. So I've got the 4 stacks of bauxite. And now, provided I have mechanical power, it is going to crush it up and dump it in the hopper. And this is the last the copper run I did. So I just need 1 more candle, which is not expensive. So let's stop drifters from spawning up in here. There you go. Nice and illuminated. And without a mod, it's rather hard to tell, like, if I'm done. But I'm going to put another lantern in here, because I know that this barrel, where I put this barrel down, was a dark spot, so I might as well just fill it up so it doesn't become a problem. Cool. I've been eating my food fast enough that I don't even bother refrigerating it. It's just, you know, we're going to eat it. You can hear, ever since I pulled that out, the pulverizer is going faster now because there's less competition for mechanical power. So let's go get this last lantern because I don't have a lantern of my own now. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story, which originally streamed live on Twitch, February 8th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind I've asked for no backseating, so if you could respect that, that would be great. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams, as well as a link to Twitch. And if you'd like to join my online gaming community, it also has a link to Discord, and the link to that can also be found in the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in the next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.